10 years of white wolves and broken crowns. The Witcher 3's monumental legacy and its 10th anniversary celebration. You never forget your first monster. Maybe it was a noon wrath. Maybe it was a foglet. Maybe you didn't even know what oil to use or that Quen was your best friend. But you stumbled through the woods of Velen anyway, heart pounding, steel drawn, a coin earned. 10 years ago, I was 17, bleary-eyed and overworked from college assignments, sitting cross-legged on the floor of my room holding the fresh, plastic-wrapped case of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. That day, I popped the disc into my Xbox and unknowingly began what would become a lifelong pilgrimage. A decade has passed. I'm 27 now. Life's more complicated, but my soul still drifts toward the fields of Toussaint, the cursed swamps of Crookback Bog, the snowy silence of Kaer Morhen. The world may change, but The Witcher 3 remains my constant. And now, in 2025, CD Projekt Red is doing something few studios attempt, celebrating a game not just for its technical achievement, but for the emotions it stirred, for the legacy it carved into our hearts. The studio could have easily pushed out a lazy digital tweet or reskinned a DLC armor set. But no, they've given us something richer, deeper, a celebration of myth, memory, and music. A 10th anniversary spectacle. It starts with the voice. Doug Cockle, the gravel-throated bard of our monster hunting dreams, returns in the trailer with a voice that feels like it's aged with Geralt himself. Winds howling, he says, and I'm 17 again. CD Projekt Red's Red Streams brings Cockle front and center, not just as a voice actor, but as a craftsman. Someone who lived inside Geralt's skin for over 2 decades. He doesn't just read lines, he shapes them. You feel every drop of blood in the bathtub scene, every cracked whisper in his goodbye to Ciri. These aren't just events, they're rituals. The Boston concert on May 31st, that's not just a gig, it's a symphony of swords, strings, and sorcery. The music of The Witcher 3 is the unsung hero of its impact. The lilting cries of silver for monsters, steel for men, the battle drums of Skellige, the gentle melancholy of Priscilla's woven storm, it's all returning live on stage. Poland Sala Ziemi 2 will echo with these melodies, and the lucky fans who attend won't just be watching musicians. They'll be listening to the heartbeat of the continent. But there's more. CDPR is giving us art. 10 incredible artists, handpicked to represent their own visions of Geralt, Ciri, Yennefer, and the sprawling lore of Sapkowski's imagination. It's not about canon. It's about feeling, about capturing what The Witcher means to you. The display collab turns steel and canvas into legend. T-shirts, mugs, sure, they're merch, but they're totems for fans who carry the stories with them every day. And then there's the Little Witcher comic series, whimsical, sharp, and self-aware. It dares to poke fun at Geralt while honoring his legend. It's charming, it's light. But beneath the laughs, there's a respect for the mythos few fan works ever get right. Add to that the Embody Immerse game pack, and you realize CDPR isn't just playing the nostalgia card. They're evolving the experience, making it deeper, wider, lived in. But let's step back. Let's talk about why this anniversary matters. A decade ago, The Witcher 3 wasn't just a good game. It was the death knell of mediocrity in fantasy RPGs. In a world obsessed with choice but lacking consequence, this game delivered both. Every side quest was a novella. Every character, even the butcher's apprentice in Oxenfurt, had weight had longing, had tragedy. From Bloody Baron's shattered family to Gaunter O'Dim's Faustian games, CDPR didn't just give us content, they gave us purpose. And then they doubled down with Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, DLCs that dared to surpass full-price games. In a post-Skyrim world, it was easy to become jaded, tired of soulless fetch quests and characters that spoke like vending machines. But then came The Witcher 3, and the sky opened. Suddenly, fantasy wasn't about saving the world. It was about finding your daughter, reckoning with your sins, letting go. This was Geralt's story, but it became ours. The anniversary reminds us that great art does not age, it resonates. And yet, it casts a long shadow on the road ahead. The Ciri-focused Witcher 4 was teased at the Game Awards 2024, and the fandom collectively held its breath. We haven't seen much, just a logo, a few murmurs, no release date, no gameplay, no promises, and maybe that's for the best. Because if The Witcher 4 is to succeed, it must be more than a sequel. It must be a spiritual evolution. Geralt's story is over, but the soul of the continent lives on. It's not just about graphics or quests or Gwent decks. It's about legacy, about the burden of memory and the willingness to pass the torch, something Baldur's Gate 3 managed with elegant defiance last year. Larian proved that narrative depth and player agency can still shake the pillars of gaming. They didn't just follow the footsteps of The Witcher 3. They carved new trails. And now, we wait, we hope, we speculate. Will The Witcher 4 dare to cut deeper than ever before? Will it embrace Ciri not as a sidekick, but as a myth made flesh? Will CDPR resist the urge to bloat and instead refine, focusing on emotion over exposition, people over pixels? Time will tell. But until then, we have this, a celebration. A moment to stop chasing griffins and simply remember. We remember Dandelion's songs. We remember Yennefer's eyes. We remember the choice to save the orphans or not. We remember when Roach got stuck on a roof and we laughed so hard we cried. We remember what it meant to say goodbye to Geralt, knowing we could always come back. 10 years of killing monsters, 10 years of found family, 10 years of truly feeling what it means to carry two swords and a broken heart. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, isn't just a game. It's a legend told by campfires. It's a scar that never fades. It's the moment we stopped playing and started believing. And so we raise a mug, or 10, to CD Projekt Red, to Geralt, to Ciri, to Kaer Morhen's ghosts, to 10 more years of remembering, and to whatever wild hunt awaits us next.